Can you guys hear me now? How about now? Is the audio on? Okay, man. So as I was mentioning earlier, you guys, I'm on my son's computer. It's a tighter fit than normal, and just one of these things where unfortunately I can't freestyle as much as I would like to, but I do have some exciting stuff to discuss. Bear with me for a second here. Hold on. Just checking a couple of things here. Okay, so let's get to kind of the exciting stuff. I'm going to minimize this for a minute. Bear with me here for a second. Out of position. Hiding the decimal. Hold on a second. Okay. So I'm going to minimize this and I'm going to expand this. I'm going to show you guys something really cool. Yeah, this is fine. Okay. So, although it doesn't look like it from some of the stuff that I'm showing you, we had a big meeting yesterday, and it looks like the beta with the money machine will be released. We are thinking Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday of next week. Everything's dialed in. One of my things that I'm like, we're doing the last bit of like server checks and things like that. So we're there, you guys. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff, but I want to show you something else, okay, that is coming in this build. And it's one of these things. Let me do something real quick here. Hold on. I'm going to duplicate this into here. Duplicate into explosive winners. Okay. So bear with me. And, sometimes you have to make do with what you got. This P&L that you're seeing here is completely not accurate, just so that you know. This is the last thing that we're working on in terms of it has nothing to do with the build. Everything's ready. This is just one of these things because I'm in the old internal dev mode where we're fixing a big this P&L is correct. It's this that's not accurate. So I'm running the money machine, but I'm going to show you something really cool. Okay. So once again, I am on my son's computer. I got one like small monitor, whereas the one in my office is gigantic, and I'm able to really just, do everything I need to do and be able to show different windows better. So I have to make do with what I have to make do. But let's discuss some things. Pepe, I really want you to watch what I'm about to show you, and you guys too. And you're going to understand why some of this stuff has taken a little bit longer. Okay. So I'm going to, and again, you're going to see also what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the money machine. Okay. exited everything. I'm going to go to money machine settings. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Hard to understand sometimes. We've talked about the ability. What are you going to trade when you get in and start using the money machine? So we have some pre-configured things for you, biggest gainers, traded. A lot of this stuff is still my dev stuff, which is not really applicable to all of you, but I do want to show you some important things, which is 60 days of Holly long. So you can trade Holly signals. Okay, this is all designed for you. But the real thing that I want to show you is this hidden gem right here. Pepe, this is really for you right here. Configure, paste, collaborate, copy, collaborate. So you can design your own strategy. Start from scratch. Remember, people have been asking, like, well, can we trade what we want, not just what you guys give us? And the answer is yes. So top 10, I'll tell you all about what's going on there and how that's going to work. And again, so exciting. Just the point I'm making here is that anybody who has any kind of experience with the Trade Ideas technology, you're not only stuck with what we have given you, and we're kind of, remember, this is the first beta, so we're still hard at work on everything. Like you can get into positions, and if you don't have this checked, it'll stay in it. So let me save this. Let me save this profile here. So I'm doing 7 positions out of 20. I'm playing the strong stocks pulling back because the market looks like this. Let's see. I'm going to use TradeWave for my entries and exits. You don't have to, but TradeWave is just another way that you can take advantage of our technology. I'll dive into that once I do it. I'm going to hit Save Profile. And I'm going to hit Start. And you're going to see like another $2,000 of losses added because, again, I'm on this version that hasn't updated the P&L stuff. So just bear with me. See what I mean right there? So this is, again, the part that's not exactly accurate. But my point is, ladies and gentlemen, we're there. What you're watching here is the final bits of internal testing, but I'm never on the version that you guys are going to have is ready to go and clean. I'm still on the dev build, as you can see right here, which has a bunch of bullshit that you don't need to worry about. But my point is the money machine is about to be released. I'm going to have it run in the background just so you can kind of see what it got into in terms of strong stocks pulling back. Okay. This is the thing that we're doing here. Okay. Strong stocks pulling back, money machine all locked in. Just completely ignore this P&L. That's irrelevant. MBI, strong stock, a little bit of a pullback. I mean, you can see even in a day like this, 9 times relative volume. Momentum trading at its finest. Let me minimize. Okay, so a perfect circle asked the question, what's the feedback from the money machine from everyone who's tried it? You guys, this thing is the next generation of trading. Once you do it, you can never not do it. Because what does it do? And so this is a great thing that we're going to discuss here. And listen very carefully because this is super important. There are no guarantees in the stock market, and everybody who's an adult should understand that just because we are doing some incredible automation, that does not guarantee the fact that you are going to make money. Let me explain this in ways that everybody who has an adult perspective should understand. In Las Vegas, card counting is banned. Why is it banned? Well, it is banned because at the level of mathematics, card counting gives the player a slight advantage over the house. which means that over time, the house will lose money. That's why card counting is banned. But does that mean that every blackjack player who's card counting is going to win all the time? Absolutely not. What it does mean is that you know when to press and when to pull back. Right, Market Frog is correct. So the money machine is like the card counting system. Okay, the money machine is your Vegas card counter, and there's other things that it's doing that's, by the way, really kind of cool that we just added to it. Do you guys see what this is right here? Positive versus negative market pulse. Okay, this is going to be fully integrated inside the money machine so that, let me bring this up real quick. Okay, so that when you enter positions, the card count is going to be more like this. So right now, the money machine will be getting into stuff. You know, again, today's market, if you look at it, right, it doesn't look super promising on the long side, even though right now the count is good, which is why, in terms of what I'm doing, I'm only in 2 positions and basically scratch. You know, open P&L, today's P&L, let me put in the column. Hold on 1 second. And again, I apologize for the display. So open, and I've done some stuff before I started, so you can kind of see, you know, there's been some things that I was doing just from testing purposes, like not real money machine trades, but so the P&L, as I mentioned before, today is not like, I mean, I'm hoping that I'm going to show you some good stuff, but here, since I've gotten into these trades, you know, we're up 22, 15, and I'm only in 2 positions because what the money machine is doing is it's scouring all of these candidates, right? And it's looking through them all, and really only the ones that I am in are the ones that have what is needed to get into. So that's why it keeps you in the right amount, not the right amount. It just depends on what the market is doing. And this is part of the edge that we are presenting, which is on a day like, again, right now, if you are a surfer, you are not expecting to be catching gigantic waves when this is going on, okay? Which is why the money machine is keeping you very, very tight. Even though, if you look at the settings, it could be in 7, but it's not, because it doesn't see any statistical advantage to be in anything other than these 2. Okay. And this time, watch, I'm going to stop and start it again. I'm going to stop it, but the positions stay. And then I'm going to start it again and see if, you know, have it reconsider. Just waiting. No. So again, you guys, this is part of the advantage of using this technology. You know the great song by Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. The automation that's built in here is not simply order execution. It's go, no go style, where right now, even though the market has a positive pulse, there's just not an immense amount of things that are setting up. Okay. Right. Even if you want to be in 5, which is Oz asked the question, and these are all fantastic questions. Okay. So it just added a trade. So I think, okay, so it's starting to scour. Remember, this is the beauty that we're talking about, and I'm not saying that we're going to be winning everything. I'm simply saying that it enters not just like through a rush through the door. Everything has to be set up properly. So in this case, I'm using TradeWave, right? And TradeWave is, forgive my, are these bands. And I'm using them on the 10-minute. So that's why, just so that you can see what's going on. 10-minute is my scale. So let's go back to, let me do this. I'm going to stop it again. I'm going to exit everything. Yeah, just having a little fun, you guys. Money machine settings. Hello? Where'd you go? Where did you go, settings? Sometimes it doesn't like to listen to me. And again, remember I said this version is a little weird. So let me close this up. New brokerage policy. You guys will not experience any of that. Arthur, I'll discuss the back testing and everything. Okay. Pro live stream. Okay. I want to get back to strategy, strong stocks pulling back, 15-minute position in range. You know, you can do position. You can type stuff in. 5-minute range. I'm going to make it. Oops, I mistyped. So you can, again, you guys get the idea. You can use whatever filters we have in 5. Come on. I'm going to try it scrolling. And again, part of this is simply just your dev build acts oddly when I'm in full, especially for, how about 5-minute Bollinger Bands? That should be fine. Okay, 7, maximum positions of 7, 5,500, $1.50, $20 maximum. I'm using TradeWave. What are my exit criterias? Okay. Close above bottom. Okay, so that's when I'm exiting. So when it hits the bottom of the trade wave right here, that's my exit. I have a 3% width of the trade wave. Oh, sorry. So this is, by the way, just like, sorry. Okay, so here, entry. Okay, so notice on the trade wave, you can say 5, 10. Let's go into 5-minute, just for entertainment purposes. Close above top, that means like I'm buying right here. So here I'm buying, like I'm going to be aggressively buying, sort of bottom fishing. And this is what this allows you to do. Okay. Close above bottom means you're going to be entering anywhere around here. Okay. And your exit is close below the bottom. So that very tight. Save profile. Start money machine. Whoops. Okay, so it's getting ready. And once again, we're just now in waiting mode to see what's going on. Okay, so Arthur asked the question. I'm going to answer it very quickly. Arthur, we have no plans to upgrade the back tester because that's not how back testing works. And let me be completely frank here. Back testing of decades is a psyops. It's not what people think. The market, to back test properly, you really don't need anything more than a couple of weeks, because you are focused on what's going on now, not what happened 10 years ago. And this myth that these patterns repeat that way, it's literally just a myth. There's no point in giving decades of data. The point is you want to be adjusting to what's currently going on and focusing on that right now. Like I'll give you an example. Like look at stocks like this one, SBET, and I'm going to put in here, bear with me, like 1 year. Okay, you see this move from 561 to 77? Okay, so this move happened because stocks started to get involved in adding crypto to their balance sheet. Okay, this was not the only company that did it. It was a huge play. BMGL was another one of these, and it did the same thing here at $1. Went like in 2 days went to like $7. Okay. These moves happen because of stuff that's happening now. You want a strategy that's focused on the current. And the problem is the psychological pitfall of trying to find this magic strategy that has been working for 10 years, and there is none. The only thing that works is what's working right now. You are super leaning heavy towards the now. Every golf putt from a professional golfer is slightly different than the one before, but it's focused on what's happening right now. No ball is in the same place ever. You practice, you try to read the green. I'm using golf as a metaphor here, but now that's what you need. Okay. And our event-based backtesting is the most advanced system that you can have. And I want to, again, show Arthur what I'm talking about here. So let's say, for example, you go to an alert window. And this is a good one to start with. Let's say, okay. So this is breakout on volume. Let's find out what's going on with stocks that are breaking out on volume. Okay, this is what this looks like today. Okay, it's a REIT, it's doing this. Right click, backtest strategy. Okay, say wait 15 minutes. Okay, not going to enter new trades in the last hour. Only going to manage risk. Timed exit. How long are you going to hold it? We're going to see. Well, what about 30 minutes? So these are the things that are important. Okay. $30 minutes, too short. Too much volatility. Right away, you know that that's not a good one. Run again. Okay. Timed exit. Time of day. End of the market. Okay, you just ran through 3,000 sims. Okay, and even with a 43.6% win rate, this has potential. And this is where, again, this starts to play out. Where are the best prices for this? You know, and again, it's a price interval $5. You know, you can really start to zero in on what's good, what's bad, where's the sweet spot, 48 to 79 potentially. And then, of course, going through our filters. But this is what the optimization does. And again, there is no technology that allows anyone to do what we're showing you here. But the whole point is, decades of this is not what you want to focus on. You want to focus on what's happening right now. And this is how that is done. And of course, remember that if one side doesn't work, you can always check the other side. And it's not even the whole run. You can say, oh, this is interesting. You know, there's a big, you know, the shorts are starting to do better over the last like 500. That's really the interesting key right here. Okay. So once again, that's our back testing. It's event-based back testing. You can, if I go to an alert window, I can do something like this. I mean, I showed you new highs, but let's go and just example 200 crossed above the 200-day moving average. Add that as the alert. Get rid of this. Some window-specific filters. So, and again, I didn't really customize this. So on 1.5, is the 200-day moving average a good signal? Signal test. Okay, here we go. Back test the strategy. And again, our timed exits are, but since it's a 200-day moving average, you can do this. I'm going to hold it for 3 days. So again, interestingly enough, I look at it a lot of times like this. What's the most important part is this stuff is starting to kind of do something. And look at the nice win rates here. No need for decades. The last week is the most important because it's just in time signal stuff. Yeah, Pepe's right. But again, I'm just sharing what we've known and what we've learned. Okay, it's time to take it to the next level. David Meeks asked, will Money Machine be able to trade after hours pre-market? Great question. The answer is absolutely not at first. You guys, automated execution requires liquidity, and the market after hours is very illiquid. You don't have to exit. So let me get back to this real quick. All right. So again, notice since we've been going, nothing has been going on, and we're integrating this. I'm going to clear it just so it can kind of see. The Money Machine is already proving itself to be doing the right thing because literally we are flatlining. Nothing is happening, okay? When this is going on, this is not when you want to be on the accelerator. So do you see I'm kind of proving my point? This is very good and powerful because while you may be excited, and please, again, remember this P&L is not accurate. It just did get into CRMD, but this 168 negative is because of the 0, and that's just my dev build that has some stuff that you wouldn't see. But here's how it's working, okay? So we have $53 of risk, all being managed. As soon as the next trade happens, this P&L will update properly. So once again, not a lot of things you're going to get into. Risk management is being deployed. In sim mode, everything will be in real time. But again, no pre and post market trading, only trading during regular market hours. So the Money Machine runs on a strategy that you create, but your strategy can be very sophisticated, and one strategy can be like 10 strategies, or one strategy can be like one strategy. And you can, and again, the point being is that we're actually automating some things where it will very soon pivot. Like it'll say, hey, the market's really turning around. I think the best way to switch it is to go to explosive winners versus strong stocks pulling back. Would you like me to do that? Ripman, you will be able to tweak them all. So Ripman's asking about the strategies, and I'm going to bring them up here real quick. So let me stop the Money Machine. So notice here, I stopped it, but the risk is still being managed. Everything is still in play. Okay. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to get rid of these. I like to stop and start a lot. That's just so that I can show you guys how to do it. In settings, okay, strategy. So let's say you're in TI Pro, and you can again start from total scratch, and Windows specific filters. You can search and say something. Okay, position in 60-minute range. I'm going to say maximum of 30. This is just another version of my demo for the pullback. Okay. And then position in day range is minimum, let's call it 60, but maximum 80. I have all these other ones in here. And I'm going to say, hold on, I'm just building it from scratch here, you guys. I'm going to say change from open. I love change from open because it lets you catch the turn, 1%. And I'm going to call this strong stocks pulling back demo. Hopefully this will work. Hit OK. So there it is. Do you guys see that? And I'm going to hit save profile. Okay. And I'm going to start the money machine. So let's take a look at what we got here. And again, remember, very selective. So do you see like what we're talking about? The position in ranges. Notice everything looks very similar. The pullback, pullback, pullback. So again, you can totally customize it yourself. Okay. They're individual. We're giving you a baseline of stuff to work from, but you can totally customize it yourself. And that's the beauty of this triple dot. Because I'm running it, I can't do anything right now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Trader Joe. When we get access to Money Machine Beta, how do we run it in test mode while still running Brokerage Plus in live mode? Do you open 2 Brokerage Plus windows or something? Trader Joe, that's a great question. You can have multiple tabs running at the same time. So, for example, let me just bring up Brokerage Plus again. New positions tab. Okay, so I can do 1 account, 2 accounts. So you can have multiple accounts running. That's how it's done. Does that make sense, Trader Joe? So you don't. So I mean, you wouldn't open necessarily 2 Brokerage Plus windows per se, but it's tabs, and you can go Windows, new window, and a positions grid. Boom. See? So one could be like your live account, and the other could be your money machine account. Yep. Okay. So here we are. We're still just chilling, and I'm gonna stop it. Oops, my bad. Money machine settings. Let's go back to live stream, and I want to pick a different strategy. Weak stocks today. Weak stocks bouncing. Again, just trying something different. 7, 1.5, 20. And again, these are all things that you can set, and I'm not using TradeWave this time. I'm going to save profile, and I'm going to start. Huh? Didn't I close it? Ah, I got to close that. So for the money machine, you can only run 1, just FYI, at a time. And eventually we may change that, but So here, I'm just looking more on the weeks side. I'm trying to bottom fish, but even on the bottom fishing, it's still very selective. And the idea is it shouldn't get you into a bunch of stuff when the market is doing what it's doing right here. So that's what I really wanted to demonstrate. But let me jump into something else real quick, because one of the things that I want to make sure you guys know is that in Trade Ideas, we don't stop innovating. Okay, and I want to show you something really cool that that we're doing. And let me give you just perspective here. Hold on, I'm going to add this. Okay, so remember, let's talk about charting. People trip over like, ooh, trading view charts and trend spider charts, but we really believe we've got the best charts out there. Number one, here's an example. You have picture in picture where you can see 1 year, and here you're looking at 2 days. Notice the reason why it says down 4.44% in 2 days is because it's looking at this candle and this candle, and it's telling you in terms of everything that's visible, this is what it is. Whereas today it's down 20, but over the last 2 days, because it was up big yesterday, it's only down 2%. Okay. Picture in picture is incredibly powerful. It lets you know, for example, that this is the type of thing that, while again, and I'm only just playing, like if you're looking for longer term swing ideas, hypothetically speaking, go to the trade ticket, and you can say, here, I mean, this thing is, I'm going to buy, remember, this is in sim, so I'm buying 1,000 shares of this right now. Just bought it. You can see the candle that I just bought. Okay, you can move this up and around. You can do some things. I can set my stops by myself, so I can go right here and set it, and there I have it. So all of this is visual. You visually trade from the chart, just like I can also come over here and say profit target and put it right there. So that's called a bracket. Okay. Do you see the power? And ask yourself, have you ever seen any other system that allows you to trade like this? Okay. Your entry, you're risking 110 and you're trying to gain 430. All visible, all on the chart right there for you. And here, you know why you're doing it. It's kind of been stable. So even though it's down today, sometimes these moves, just an example, are perfect because you're getting it at a discount. I mean, if we bounce, this thing really starts to run. Okay, so let me talk to you about innovation, because a lot of people don't know or don't understand that even though we've been working the shit out of our development team on the money machine, oops, sorry about this, guys. In actuality, we've been doing a lot of other stuff, and I want to show you what it is. We've been doing just, again, you see this is custom. We don't use standard charting libraries. We use our own data. That's why you see these points. These points are not available from the exchanges. This is all Trade Ideas custom data. This is all Trade Ideas custom data. Okay. Just better, broader, deeper sense of information. Okay. But let me show you something cool that we just added. So let me go to, let's see if it's right here. Okay, so do you guys see this line right here? We now draw support and resistance on the charts. So we have the alert stream, and every chart that you pull up, it will show you the resistance. And here, it's a little ways away probably. Let me flip it. And this is the support. Okay, So I'll just go through some of these so you guys can see it. So the next one is 1425. It's just off the chart, so you wouldn't see it. Here's the next resistance level that we're trying to cross. See it? You can see the message right here. We're right at this level. So this is, again, an interesting concept because it has not hit that price for a while, 724, but we're right at it right now. So I mean, there's some interesting momentum here. But sometimes, because last time it hit this, it pulled back hard. This is where you kind of take the other end of it. And an example would be, I'm just playing around. Because this is a level of resistance, I put on this trade. So now, again, I'm just simply playing the fact that statistically speaking, going back to the card counting, you are, it's likely to possibly pull back. I'm not saying it's going to, but you can see what happened here. Boom, 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 boom. Came right back. Here we are. And, you know exactly what to do. But I want to make sure you guys know that the advantage of trade ideas is that we are just pushing hard on the envelope on the charting technology. Okay. Let me make this more active, because again, there's literally nothing going on in the market right now. And I've got this set to 3 and do a relative volume of 1. Okay. So this one, no resistance. This one right here. So that's what you're heading into. So you can almost, you can almost play these by setting your sells or, buys in the case of this. Come on. So this is where you are on super lows. So there's no support. That's why, again, when you don't see the message, there's nothing else. Do you see the cool power of this? You can put orders right in here. Or you can say, like, you can take this plus and say, sell 300, submit. At 258. Has anyone ever seen superpowers like this? It's some amazing stuff, you guys. And let's see if anything's happened on the money machine side. Okay, so we bought a stock that was pulling back. So notice again, pullback entries. Or no, sorry. That was the one that I bought in front of everyone. My bad. So nothing's been going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. Okay, and I'm going to try a different strategy so that hopefully you guys can kind of see something really go again. And I'm going to say, biggest gainers. On a day like this, who knows what's going to happen. 1.5, 20. I'm not using trade wave. Okay. Should be okay. Save profile, start money machine. Boom. So remember I mentioned that, don't pay attention to this. This is just my build. See, like this is 0. That's why you're seeing the zeros This dev build mine is just not connected to the server that's correct. That's all. It's nothing to do with any bugs or anything. It's just part of how we do stuff. Trader Joe, what do you mean will I actually be able to dollar amount number to the support resistance line? Oh, we're going to put more information like how long it's been, 5 days, whatever. I mean, it's really in the alert window. So let me minimize this again and just show you guys. So you see like here, Vera, new high. This piece of shit. Let me try something here. Okay. So right here, LGO. Next resistance from, so you can see the day. So you're saying like you want to automate the orders into the resistance and support is what I'm assuming. That's actually an interesting idea. And we don't have that right now. You can do it manually the way I showed, but it is an interesting concept that I totally see why you could do it. Yeah. Like I want to place a sell order at the resistance, or you could say if it breaks above it, a buy. I mean, we're going to let you do lots of stuff like that. Just, this is kind of right now. And by the way the R and the S, it's going to say resistance, support. We're going to improve this. This is kind of phase one. And I'm simply just trying to showcase here that we're innovating on several different levels at once. Yeah. So Trader Joe, I totally get it. And so see, I was executed on my order. You guys see that here? So now I sold 300 shares, and let's go to, let's just do this. See like what I did. So that was the play. And not guaranteeing that it's going to succeed, but the important things that I want to, since we're kind of on the tail end of the presentation, and again, you guys, I apologize for my computer setup today. Just technology was not having any luck, unfortunately. But the market pulse is being completely integrated inside the money machine. So when the count is like this is not an optimum trading environment. And although I put a bunch of stuff on for you, I kind of like forced it. And again, this is not correct, this P&L. Everything that has a number is correct. So, and again, you can still make money and be aggressive on days like this, but at the high level from a sophisticated card counter point of view, when the compare count is 50-50, you're on the sidelines, and the money machine will tell you a couple of things. It'll be like, hey, I suggest not trading yet or starting very small. And it will pivot back and forth. When the odds get higher, it'll press. And this is the kind of stuff that we believe will completely revolutionize automated momentum-based trading, because we're having the AI do a bunch of this stuff underneath and at once, like it's watching the compare count. But here's something that's really cool. Let me bring this back right here. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to stop it again, just for entertainment purposes. So I'm going to do this. There's going to be a mode inside the money machine. It's not going to be available right away, but a mode where basically it's going to count P&L minutes. And if you haven't been positive in X amount of minutes, that's another way that you can say, okay, get me out of this one and get me into another one. That's because it's kind of like opportunity cost hunting mode. Okay. There was a question I didn't answer that I want to make sure I answered. So how are we releasing the money machine? It's coming out next week, 100%. You heard it here. It's happening, folks. And again, this beta, there's going to be lots of upgrades, lots of stuff that's going to be improving in real time. This beta number one is first in sim mode. So the idea is we want you guys to bang the shit out of it. Get comfortable, get some expectations, understand like, oh, this happened this way. Oh, this happened that way. Why did it happen? What's going on? We're trying to update our AI with all of the help and things like that. Who will get it? Anybody who has an active premium subscription will have access to the money machine. Once again, anyone with an active premium subscription will have access to the money machine. That is the parameter. We have not gotten into the paid for version, which will allow you to trade live with brokers. And by the way, Webull just called us, and they're interested too. So at version 1, there's going to be E-Trade, Alpaca, IB. TradeStation is already in the works. We're working on that, and it's going to be TradeStation, then Webull. Brokers are hearing what's going on, you guys. Okay, and yeah, lots of incredible stuff is happening. So once again, you will need a premium subscription. So I really suggest that you guys, if you don't have it yet, make sure you upgrade. If you want to use it, you want to. This technology is so groundbreaking. It is the equivalent of the Netscape browser in the mid-90s coming out, where anybody can then now get on the internet. Before, you had to use bulletin boards and scripting and all this token bullshit, and that's why only the nerds that work for Trade Ideas were able to do it. I love my nerds. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But Netscape came on the scene, created a browser, and everybody was on the web. Well, we're doing this for momentum-based trading. Okay. And also, you will be able to, like in the subsequent versions, like here, you know, I'm doing like a lot of like money machine settings, blah, 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 setting it up and stuff like that. You will be able to take something like this, like any channel that we have. Let's say you've got, here, I'm just going to come over here. Okay, you got the Trump stocks, and we're just calling these are America stocks. You will be this, since this is a top list, you will be able to go turn it on, and boom, this setting is your money machine setting. Nesh, yeah, everybody will get well, first of all, we'll of course send out an email to anybody and everybody explaining what's going on. And every premium user who you will have to, of course, download the beta, right? Because it's not in the regular build. You know, this is a beta, but you know, I'm on the dev build, which, you know, it's crazy. So, and I, by the way, trade E-Trade live on the dev build. You've seen me do it, no problem. Okay. So, Oz, the first step is sim mode and going crazy. You need to get super active. You need to work it, turn, like all the things that I've done here, you know, where I was, you know, turning it on, turning it off, you know, testing, checking, doing all sorts of different things, you know, so that you can understand expectations. Okay, that something like this can happen. Like, you know, when you're like, here's an example. You know, you can jump in, and in the same candle, I mean, when you got something like this going on, right? Let's look at the 5-minute here. You know, we jumped in. In this case, my example here is just getting aggressive. Normally, this is above the trade wave, so like that's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't. But you can go from 1112 to, this would be the exit, like 1066, very quick. Super volatile stocks. These things happen. You guys have to get comfy. Nesh, we have interactive, but it requires a trader workstation because their web-based platform with zero commissions doesn't have the kind of connectivity that we need to execute MM. Yeah, you guys, this is forever. You guys know that on our website, we have the Masters golf course, right? We are unleashing the ultimate driving range. This is Top Golf times a million. And your job, if you want to really take advantage of this, is really to test the crap out of it and understand too that, remember, look at today. This is so important. Please hear, maybe the most important thing I'm going to tell you is what I'm going to tell you right here. There are some days where no money is to be made. I mean, let's take a look at what Holly's done. I mean, I have no idea. Well, there you have it. 4 for 5 on our AI, which, by the way, okay, 3, still kind of incredible. So you have all this capability, and we will be adding these signals to the money machine. So that basically, like what we initially, we had made it, we pulled auto Holly trading live because it was causing too many problems with our old server environment. And we're bringing it fully back, just not on the first version of Sim, but it's coming, okay? So that you can trade Holly with the money machine, okay? Just again, not the first version. So first version's coming out, but it's top of the hour summary. Even on a day like today where it's kind of crappy, our AI is so powerful. It's still doing stuff, still getting you into things. I mean, that's never ended. I'm just coming back here, and let's look at this one right here. I'm gonna just. What is the name of the game? For those that don't understand, how different we are from the Trading Views, the TC2000s, the whoever else is in the game trying to take your subscription dollars. I mean, I'm demonstrating to you that we invest in the super high-end statistical analysis, our AI engine. And look at what it does. I mean, if you are, by the way, remember in the money machine, right? Bear with me for 1 second here. Okay. The money machine will be trading these for you. These are the Holly Longs. Okay, we're so dialing it all in. Oh, David, yes, of course. I'm going to continue because number one, something that I really enjoy is speaking to all of you and being able to communicate directly. I don't think a lot of CEOs do that. I'm not a C-suite guy. I do it. I still have the exact same feeling for trade ideas that I've had since 2002 when we started. We have 0 VC investors, which is why we're able to do what we're able to do. We don't spend a lot of times in meetings and focus groups. We just do it. And in 2000, I was a CEO of a VC-funded company that raised $50 million. And basically, you guys, it was a lesson in fucking what never to do again. These people are the worst, okay? The absolute worst. So I don't mind being smaller, whatever the hell that means. We're a very successful business. And, on a day like today, look at what our AI is doing. And again, this isn't like, let's say, gigantic, obviously. in terms of percentage gainers, but you're winning in an environment that's incredibly difficult. So, Abhishek, I appreciate that very much. Love you guys. It's a pleasure to be here and to be able to communicate and share my vision, as well as not pull any punches. You know, in this environment, you guys see exactly what I'm doing. You see what's going on. You're here. There's nothing to hide. Yes. The positions will remain until you exit them manually. And I think we will have a thing where even if you, there'll be a choice, like you can keep them, but at the end of the day, it'll still say, hey, market's about to close. Do you want to keep them or exit? Okay, you guys, love you all. Appreciate it. I will be back next Wednesday, but hopefully by then, my computer will work, as well as the money machine will be out. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Really appreciate everybody being here. Another very, very strong attendance. And, you know, I think this is the only way to run a business. So thank you. If you are not a premium subscriber yet, this is the time to upgrade, and we're getting ready to rock and roll. Cheers, you guys. See you next week.